Hello friend, myself Santosh Sarode. Today we are going to study gear train. Gear train is a most important topic from theory of machine subject. Now let's start. First, gear train. What is mean by gear train? Two or more gear made to mesh with each other and to transmit the power from one shaft to another shaft. Such a combination is called as gear train. That means what? Two or more gear are meshed with each other and transfer the motion from input shaft to the output shaft. This assembly is called as gear train. Gear train is a train which is used for to transmit the motion or power. Now, types of gear train. There are four types of gear train. Simple gear train, compound gear train, reverted gear train and epicyclic gear train. Now, let's start first simple gear train. When there is only one gear on each shaft, then it is called as simple gear train. That means what? The two gear, the figure shows gear 1 and gear 2, driver and driven. Gear 1 is mounted over the shaft. Only single gear are mounted. And here the driven gear 2 is mounted over this shaft. And the power is transmitted from gear 1 to gear 2. Such a assembly, such a combination of gear is called as simple gear train. The gear train which is used in the different appliances like a watch, a differential, gearboxes, lathe machine, etc. So here is the different figures regarding the simple gear train. Now we want to find out the speed ratio. It is also called as velocity ratio. And also we want to find out the train value. So let's consider first N1, N2, the speed of gear 1 and speed of gear 2. T1 and T2, the number of teeth on gear 1 and the number of teeth on gear 2. So what is the speed ratio? It is the ratio of speed of the driver to the speed of driven. That means what? N1 is the speed of driver and N2 is the speed of driven. So N1 and the speed ratio is equal to N1 upon N2. But regarding the number of teeth, it is a reverse. That means the number of teeth on driven to the number of teeth on driver. So T2 upon T1. This is the speed ratio mathematically. Okay. Now train value. What is mean by train value? Train value is completely reverse. It is completely reverse of the speed ratio or velocity ratio. That means what? The speed of driven upon speed of driver gear. That means N2 upon N1 is equal to T1 upon T2. So this is the speed ratio and train value. With the help of this equation, we can easily find out the speed or number of teeth on the gears. Now, second, compound gear train. But the compound gear train in which when there are more than one gear on a shaft. So it is shown in figure. Means what? The two gear are mounted over a one shaft. So in this figure, gear 2 and 3 are mounted over the shaft B and gear 4 and 5 are mounted over the shaft C. So such a combination of gears is called as compound gear train. Okay, it is also shown over this 3D figure just like this. This is the single shaft. Over this single shaft, two gears are mounted and transmit the motion from this input shaft to output shaft. Such a combination, such a assembly is called as compound gear train. It is also used in the watch. Okay. Now, by using we can calculate the speed ratio. So let's consider the N1 speed of gear 1, N2, N3 up to N6. It is the speed of respective gears. T1, T2, T3 and T6 number of teeth on respective gears. Now the meshing gear, we are considering the speed ratio between the two gears. So gear 1 and gear 2 are meshed with each other, and by using this we can find out the speed ratio. So we are getting speed ratio like N1 upon N2 is equal to T2 upon T1. Similarly, the gear 3 and gear 4 are meshed with each other, and from this we can calculate the speed ratio N3 upon N4 is equal to T4 upon 3. Similarly, for gear 5 and 6, we can calculate the speed ratio N5 upon N6 is equal to T6 upon T5. The speed ratio of compound gear train is obtained by multiplying all these equations 1, 2 and 3. So by using this equation, now here N1 upon N2, this is the first equation. Now second N3 upon N4 and third N5 upon N6. Similarly for number of teeth. But here what happened? The speed of gear 2, gear 3 is same. That's why it is cancelled. And gear 4 and gear 5 are also same speed because both are on same shaft. So that's why only N1 upon N6 is remain, and T2 upon T1 into T4 upon T3 into T6 upon T5. This is the equation. By using this equation, we can find out the number of teeth as well as speed of the gear. So this is the compound gear train. Now third, reverted gear train. When the axis of the first gear and the last gear, that means driver and driven, are coaxial with each other, then such a combination of train is called as a reverted gear train. So the figure shows there are the 4 gears 1, 2, 3, 4. The driver is 1 and a driven shaft is 4, and this is the intermediate shaft. So over the one shaft there is the 2 gears are mounted, so it is also called as compound gear train. And when the axis is same but shaft is different, then the power is transmitted from input shaft, from driver to the output shaft, driven shaft. Then such an assembly is called as reverted gear train. So we are getting the different speed at the same axis. In that case, we can use the reverted gear train. Okay. Now here from this figure we can calculate the speed ratio as usual, the previous gear trains. So let's consider the N1, N2, N3, N4 and T1, T2, T3, T4. So here the number of T1 means what? Number of teeth on the respective gears, and N the speed of the respective gears. So speed ratio is the product of number of teeth on a driven upon product of number of teeth on driver. Similar reverse as the speed ratio, that is N1 upon N4 is equal to T2 upon T1 into T4 upon T3. Well, here remain only N1 upon N4 because speed of the gear 2 and 3 are same, because both are mounted over the single shaft. That's why N2 and N3 get cancelled and this equation is getting. This is the reverted gear. Now last, epicyclic gear train. In epicyclic gear train, the axis of the shaft over which the gear are mounted. That means what? A simple epicyclic gear train which is shown in the figure. In that, the epicyclic gear train consists of two gears mounted so that the center of one gear revolve around the center of other gear. Means here gear A and gear B is there, which are meshed with each other. The center O1 and O2 is there, and arm C is there. The two function is getting from this epicyclic gear train. First is when the arm is fixed, the gear A is rotated and gear B is also rotated. So we are getting the simple gear train combination. When the gear A is fixed, the arm C and B are rotated around the gear A about the O2 and O1 axis. So this is the epicyclic gear train. It is used in the differential. If you want the different speed at the different shaft, then we can use the epicyclic gear train. So it is mostly used in the differential gearbox. Thank you very much.